Today, I want to talk about rejection. More specifically, the feelings surrounding rejection, like fear and how that leads to missed opportunities and stuff like that. Um, Before we get started, though, I just wanted to clarify something. In the previous video, I said that I was 19, but I actually just turned 20. And I guess I'm just not used to being a year older yet, so it completely slipped my mind. But yeah, I am 20 years old. So where do I start? Where do I start? Oh yeah, this is the house that I was in last. So okay, what should I do? I have a lot of stuff. I'm not great at building. Usually, when I play with my friends, I'm always in the mines collecting stuff, and they're the ones doing all the building. So I might give it a shot, though. You know, I might give it a shot. I should probably sleep. It's a little. Oh wait, the bed up here is fake, isn't it? Yeah, it's. Let me find a bed. But as I do that. To start, I think I should clarify what rejection is to me. Which I feel... Oh, there's monsters near me. I don't really have tools for that, do I? Rejection to me, in my personal experience, because I think like the meaning of rejection is, pretty straightforward. But I guess I could build a... Rejection to me has been, a lot of the time, closed doors. Not just kind of... I look, have to get rid of something. Not just saying no, or not just being told no, but rejection for me in my life looks like a lot of missed opportunities, and those missed opportunities, like I said in the last video, a lot of the time can come from my own hesitance to really do things, to go out of my comfort zone, to try new things, to start something new. And so, when it comes to rejection, the feelings... Oh, I thought there was a creeper. There's a creeper, no? Can I reach you? Oh, I can reach you. Oh, I don't want to kill that villager. I feel bad. Okay, there we go. I think I can sleep now. Anyways, rejection for me has looked like a lot of closed doors. Not just in relationships and stuff, but very largely in the relationships of my life. A lot of the time, in my past relationships, I tended to be like pretty selfish. And that came out in a lot of different ways. Not just selfish as in like always trying to get things from them, but selfish kind of like telling them to talk to me and to be open with me, and then not being open with them. And because of that, as my relationships kind of matured, and they inevitably found out about, some of the things about me that I hadn't talked about, some stuff that I struggled with, and some stuff that I, in my past, that are pretty ugly things, that kind of dissuaded them from being my friend or being my partner, or just kind of being with me in general. I think this is a good house to start with, maybe. Just kind of quaint. I feel bad stealing. Actually, if I just put a bed next to this guy, maybe he won't mind a roommate. Maybe I can just sleep up here. And that led to like that process of me not being real from the get-go led to them not accepting me. And that is completely my fault, right? Because I wasn't honest with them. It wasn't an even exchange. And so um, there's a lot of times that these closed doors in my life are a direct result of my own doing. And of course, there's a lot of times when it isn't. There's a lot of times when it just couldn't be helped. Can I build a... I can't. Sweet. I could have just taken a furnace. Honestly, I definitely could have just taken a furnace from somewhere. But yeah, a lot of the time, rejection came from my own choices. A lot of closed doors from my own choices. Not that there haven't just been times when, I've been told no. I've tried to ask for some numbers and had my fair share of no's, and even some pretty out there experiences as far as that goes. But yeah, see, like even now, I feel like I'm being a little bit closed off. It's definitely hard to kind of make this knowing that other people could see it, and I think that is definitely a product of my fear of rejection, because now that it's not just me talking to myself, now that it's not just now that there's the possibility that there might be somebody out there who sees this, even if it's just one person, there's that kind of anxiety and fear around, oh, what if I say the wrong thing, which is kind of stupid, because the whole point of me making this is to be more real and to have a place to do that, to have a place where I can do something I haven't done before. So that, in a way, is one of the ways that I struggle with rejection. And it's been kind of an ongoing thing, but, I think that I'm doing a little bit better. The old me would have just scrapped the entire video by now and, tried to write a script and make everything perfect. But it's okay. I'll get there. But yeah, rejection has always been a fear of mine. And I think that started... It definitely didn't start in my early childhood. My early childhood, I was very eager to do stuff, anything. If I just found something fun, if I thought someone looked cool, like I would go talk to them. If I thought something looked fun, I would just try my best to do it. Beg my mom or my dad to let me go and do something, even if wasn't the greatest thing ever. I would just go and I would just go and do it. Even if even if I screwed up, or even if I knew that there was a risk of failure, I just completely disregarded it for the sake of just going and doing, And so I think that fear of rejection started when I was in middle school. Yeah, I think it started when I was in middle school, around 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, those 2 years were rough. I mean, I don't think anybody has like a middle school experience that isn't rough at some point. I should put that in the chest. I'll just put all my food in here, why not? Right? I'll keep the steak on me. But yeah, my middle school experience was especially rough. I had teachers who were pretty they were totally fine about speaking any and every thought that came to their mind, positive or negative, for better or for worse. And I had grown up seeking adult validation a lot. I'm an only child, and so I would often really look for approval from the adults around me. And that definitely manifested itself, that trait, in my middle school years. I was always trying to be a people pleaser to the max. And wait, can I just smell? No, I have to like. I can't smell these just like that, can I? I always had to be somebody's favorite. And if I wasn't somebody's favorite, then I wasn't happy with myself, you know? And I made a lot of bad decisions just so that I could fit in with other people. Because I knew what was right and wrong for the most part, you know? Like, we all make mistakes, and it's not something I lose sleep over, but for the most part, I had known that some of the stuff that I was doing was wrong, you know? But I was more afraid of being rejected by the people around me, by my peers, than I was afraid of just making bad choices, you know, and that came back to bite me in the butt later. And I think one of the reasons why I was so afraid of it, and why sometimes that still applies to me now, I think I'm gonna go look for yeah, I gotta get a bone tonight, so that way I can find a dog and have it as a friend. I think the reason why it was so scary to me, rejection, is just because it feels so personal, you know? For some reason. I'm not sure why it feels that way. Like, when there have been a couple times when I would go to talk to a girl, and she would be so nice about it. You know what I mean? Not that she has to or anything, not that she's obligated to, you know, but I would tell her, no, I think you're pretty, and, you know, is it possible that I could get your number? And being rejected just felt really personal. Not like I had a vendetta against, you know, any girl who's rejected me, but it's just kind of like it feels like it cuts you a little bit to the core. You know, like you really feel it for some reason, and I don't really know why that is. Maybe it has something to do with ego. Maybe it's something completely different, but yeah, I don't know why it feels so personal. You know? It's like your heart starts beating fast, and your mind starts racing and stuff, and you're scrambling for words. You know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, I don't know why it feels like that. It's someone come in? Oh, is this your home, sir? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh. Maybe he's mad at me for... Oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know why it feels like that. I'm really at a loss. And I wish I could just snap my fingers and make it not feel like that. But I can't, and that's, you know, that's okay. And I'm kind of happy for that, because then it forces me to really put myself in a position where I gotta think. And, oh my goodness, I was supposed to look for a bone. Why did I go to sleep? Okay, maybe there's a skeleton under a tree around here somewhere. It puts me in a position where I have to, yeah, where I have to get contemplative, you know? Can I make that? Yes, I can. I've gotta think through things, and as I think through things, I can, you know, mature and grow. Which has been a process, you know, to say the least, but I'm really grateful for that process. I mean, it led me here, and now I'm trying something that I've never tried before. Um, I think the worst part of rejection for me isn't even the mental aspect. Like I can get over it pretty easily, you know. Like I won't be torn over getting rejected. But physically, like my hands want to start shaking, and like I said earlier, my heart beats super fast, and I've tried just like brute forcing it. I've tried. There's got to be a skeleton here somewhere. I've tried brute forcing it, and I've tried to just talk to a bunch of people, and like wherever I go, just kind of stop someone and have a conversation with them, or if I just find a girl pretty, I'll force myself to go and talk to her. But even then, I will. Oh, there we go. Even then, I will. Oh, he didn't give me a bone. That's so unfortunate. I still get like shaky hands, and my heart still beats really fast, and I still overthink it. Oh, that's a creeper. It's a creeper. I don't need that right now. I do not need you right now. And it's weird, right? Because I feel as though that should be the body's natural response to like imminent danger. You know what I mean? Like your body really gets going. You feel that like adrenaline rush and stuff. But like it's nothing like that, you know? And I'm not sure why. I just start, you know, my body has like a mini freak out. But and it gets me thinking, like, how much is my fear actually based in reality? You know, how much am I actually being honest with myself? You know, because if my fear isn't based on actual danger, which I don't believe it is at all, right? Then it has to just be imaginary. And if it's imaginary, then it's in my mind. And if it's in my mind, then I should be able to have some sort of control over it, right? But I guess is there anything under here? No. I guess it's just the way my mind works. This is kind of cute. I'm sorry, I'm just like stealing from these guys, but I don't think he'll miss the potted plant. Hopefully it doesn't have any sentimental value to whoever lives there. Yeah, like, is it really just all in my head? Or is there like genuinely something tangible that I'm dealing with that I just don't know about? I don't know, but I do know that I'm gonna put this flower pot on here. There we go. My little loft. It's looking cozier already. But yeah. So I'm not too sure where the shakiness, where the freak out, the mini panic attacks come from, but I'd really like to get rid of those. I kinda want to see what's over there. I should really get to mining. So do I have enough food for that? I probably have enough food for that. Yeah. Wait, there's sharks in the water, so I should build a boat. Yeah, but what's something that I didn't do because I was scared? I actually used to take music lessons for guitar and for drums. I'm really big into music. Music has been a big part of my life, always. And at some point, I guess I just wanted to try it. So I took lessons. And I just kind of stopped going after a little bit because, and this is kind of stupid to admit, but I really hated the feeling of doing things wrong. And it felt like whenever I would hit a wrong chord or hit the wrong piece of the drum kit, I really felt, oh, cute, amethyst. Oh my, it's a... Oh, okay. There should be a witch in there, which I'm not too keen on fighting. But... I'll take this. And yeah, I just stopped taking the classes because I was really just... I hated when I would mess up. And I hated messing up in front of people, especially someone who was just really good at music like my teacher. And I just wanted to learn alone. I said, well, if I can just learn off of like YouTube, if I can just, play by ear, which I can perfectly fine. It's actually how I learned most of the instruments that I know. But there's a lot that I feel I could have learned, a lot more that I could have picked up from somebody who knows more than me in the field if I had just stopped worrying about rejection, stopped worrying about putting something out there, about like playing something and then it being not good enough. And I know that seems like a really stupid thing to quit over, but that's kind of just the point, it was a really stupid thing to quit over, but it's just kind of like why, why did I do that? Because thinking back on it, like what did I think would happen? Like the world wasn't gonna end or anything. Maybe it's just something that's been ingrained into me. Maybe that's something that comes from the environment I was raised in. But regardless, the way that I'm overcoming that is instead of just simply brute forcing it, I'm still going out there, I'm still trying to talk to people, I'm still trying to, say what's on my mind, and to put my music out there, to play gigs and to make more friends and to try new experiences that I wouldn't normally because I was afraid of looking stupid or like a door slamming on my face or people saying that something isn't good enough. I'm trying a lot more stuff out and I'm doing it intentionally, which doesn't seem like much of a change from just brute forcing it, but where did my house go? Or I suppose the house that I'm kind of... Oh my goodness, is that a greenhouse? Wait, this is really cool. Oh wow. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, and it doesn't sound a lot different from just brute forcing it. Trust me, I know. Oh wait, this is a completely other village. But doing it intentionally to me means that instead of just putting myself out there and kind of like hoping for the best, I am putting myself out there and telling myself beforehand, like, I'm going to be okay even if this doesn't work out. And I'm going to be okay even if my hands are shaking, and I'm going to be okay even if she says no. I'm going to be okay even if... Oh, sugarcane. Even if I don't get the part. Even if I screw this up, I will be alright. And that has been a huge, huge help. And hopefully I can get tonight since I'm not going to be sleeping. Let me see if I can do that. So yeah, I've leaned towards a more intentional approach, and by doing so, I've seen like a really dramatic improvement. Oh, really gotta time my crits better. But yeah, I've really come out of my shell, and that is largely just due to me doing things more intentionally. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, he killed him for me. I don't think he dropped a bomb though. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh well, I guess we'll try again next time. Let me go find a little shelter in these houses over here. But yeah, so as far as rejection goes and my journey with dealing with it, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm happy about it. So yeah, hopefully things keep going in this direction. And if it doesn't, it's okay, I'll figure it out. It's perfectly fine. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I was a little all over the place, but I'm sure over time I'll get better at kind of streamlining talking about stuff. But anyways, yeah, I'll be back.